Hey everyone, it's Sevy and welcome to 100 Hours of Filipino Food. Filipino cuisine is a wide and diverse range of dishes and flavors. With the Philippines being made up of so many peoples and cultures spread across our regions and islands, it could take years or even decades to really experience all of our local cuisines. From boiled soups to grilled meats to homey breakfasts and rice desserts to so much more. So, in an attempt to show you just a taste of what Filipino cuisine can offer, I'm going to be doing a 100-hour Filipino food trip, and we're going to be looking at some of my personal favorite dishes, some recommendations by family, friends, and some dishes that I've never tried before myself. And because food is meant to be shared, I'm going to be inviting along a bunch of friends to share these dishes with me, and I think it's just going to be a fun time. Huge disclaimer though that what I find here in Metro Manila is merely a drop in the ocean of Filipino cuisine. But who knows? Maybe we'll get to expand our showcase in the future. There's a lot to cover. Let's begin. To start off our Filipino food crawl, I've come to Roddick's Diner for a classic silog breakfast. Silog is a combination of the words sinangag and itlog, which mean garlic rice and egg respectively. There are a lot of different proteins to pair with this combo, and for today, I'm getting their tapa meal, lovingly known as tapsilog. The thing about tapsilog, or tapa is cured beef, essentially. It's Filipino cured beef. It's usually like mostly salty, a little sweet sometimes, a little sour sometimes. But it's gonna show up looking different among different silog places. Like for example, this one, it looks a bit flakier. There are some silog places where the tapa looks like the pieces are bigger, they look more like sirloin strips and stuff like that. But here, it comes in a flakier form, and we have like fried egg right on top. I haven't had tapsilog in a while. I usually go for tocino, but tapsilog is like good shit. Tapa's good shit. I gotta get my gym time in, especially this week, because this week is a week of food tripping. Gotta keep my movement in, try to keep myself as healthy as possible, get my energy up. I am back from the gym, and I am tired. Gotta rest a bit, do a bit of work before I head out for dinner later. Alright, it is dinner time. Our silog meal ended up being like a brunch lunch kind of thing just because of the time, but now it's dinner time. We're gonna check out a bunch of other dishes for this one, and to help me out, I brought a bunch of friends, but our main objective tonight is pares, a beef pares. Now here we have sizzling sisig, another very Filipino classic, served on a sizzling hot plate. The meat is pork, but to give it like extra crispy texture, flavor, and all that, it also uses things like pork cheek, pork skin. It uses like the weird parts of pork. Let's do the sisig. Oh, it's crispy. Even though I said sisig is supposed to be crispy, honestly, there are some times where it kind of gets like soggy because of all the oil. But this one, like it's crispy, and I think it's gonna stay crispy, so that's really good. The saltiness can be a bit overwhelming. That's why they give calamansi. Western cuisine, lemon or lime. Here, it's calamansi. Aside from that, we also have a whole bunch of lumpia. This particularly is lumpiang Shanghai. Lumpia just refers to when you wrap something up. So there are some lumpia, they're not fried. There's some lumpia, instead of meat, there's vegetables. So they come with variations. This variation, lumpiang Shanghai, it's basically like a spring roll, or in some places called an egg roll. And in it, you're gonna get minced pork, some minced carrots, minced onions or cabbage or celery. You need to hear the crunch on this one. So this bagnet, the thing about bagnet, it's usually deep fried twice. So it's like boiled first so that it's softened inside, and then it's deep fried twice so that it's super, super, super crispy. Bon appetit. Oh my god.
It's so good, but it's so fatty. And it's really crispy. And then beef pares, it's basically braised beef stew. The pieces are typically super, super soft. Oh, okay. The star anise flavor.
Yeah.
I forgot that was like a key flavor you'll have in here. Because I was ready for like the saltiness and slight sweetness. But the star anise flavor really stands out actually. You get nice crunch from the garlic here on the rice instead of the pares itself. Usually pares houses, they're open till late. So a lot of the time, it's like post-party or like post-drinking food. That's actually the first context in which I tried pares.
The bagnet reminded me very slightly of guanciale.
I'm also choosing bagnet. They got it really thin here compared to the usual way that I'm used to. A little too fatty, but like, yeah, that's fine. It's probably just to maintain.
Yeah.
I could eat lumpia over and over again, and this lumpia was just really nice and crunchy on the outside and so nice and soft on the inside. I too am really, really full, but we are going for dessert, so... So there's this place kind of near where we were for dinner. It's called Little Quiapo. They have a whole Filipino menu, but let's try their desserts. First thing I ordered was leche flan. And this is basically egg flan. So leche in Spanish means milk. So this is heavily a lot of like eggs, sugar, milk, and you can see it's very smooth. It's very creamy. Honestly, just personal preference. I have like a threshold for sweetness on things. This, sometimes it goes over that just because they like to put really sweet caramelized sauce on it. Texture is very pleasant. Usually it's served a bit chilled. Thank you. So the second thing we got is halo-halo. Because it's such a classic, a lot of like eating places, restaurants, they try to do their own thing with it. And I was curious what their fiesta halo-halo is here, which is basically their biggest size of it. And this is that. It comes with like ube ice cream. Everything's at the bottom. We're really gonna have to mix this one.
Yeah.
We gotta see what's down there.
Yeah.
I've gotten some stuff.
Just treasure hunting.
Coconut jelly beans, sweet banana, Rice Krispies, what is it? Sweet potato, chocolate syrup, strawberry syrup, ube ice cream.
Don't forget sticko.
And sticko. And cherries if that counts. And,
Yeah.
and a little parasol. All right, guys, let's dig into that.
Okay.
Ubos. That was day one of our 100 hours of Filipino food. We have so many more hours to go. Good night for now.
What's up?
What's up? Day two of our Filipino food crawl. This is our group for this morning, and we're hunting for Filipino breakfast item number 2. Oh, there's lugaw. Lots of sizzling over here. But okay lang. Ayan. Wow. Okay, thank you, ate. Yeah, look at that champurrado. Champurrado is glutinous rice porridge. So commonly champurrado is mixed with tablea, which is like a chocolate, like local chocolate. But then in this case, we've got it ube flavored, and ube is basically a purple yam. It has a very nice, gentle, kind of sweet flavor that honestly, if you haven't tried it, I highly recommend it. You can find it in anything like ube shakes, ube ice cream. And they usually serve this with some milk on top, evaporated milk on top. I love it. I want to get your candid reaction.
I've only ever tried normal champurrado.
Now you're going to try ube champurrado.
That is surprisingly very pleasant.
It is. Yeah.
I love that. I did not expect that.
It's good.
Maybe we can come back.
Okay, Javi, your turn.
A 6 out of 10.
He's a champurrado hater. Breakfast was Gucci. Now we walk it off so we can have a fun lunch in a little bit. Ito po. Salamat po. Yesterday, when we had lumpiang Shanghai, I was asking our friend Sky, where can we get like good lumpia of the other types? Lumpiang toge is lumpia, and inside is bean sprouts. Basically a vegetable lumpia. And Sky was telling me he has a hard time thinking about where's a good place to get lumpiang toge, because usually the ones where you just get off street vendors taste better than what you can get in restaurants. So here we are, fresh lumpiang toge. Oh my god, it's so good. The vegetables in there.
Our next destination was Gubat QC, an outdoor restaurant within the Teachers Village Diliman area. While waiting for our food, we had calamansi juice, which is a citrusy drink that has a great balance of sweet and sour. It was quite a wait, but the food got to us eventually.
We finally have our orders here in Gubat. The thing that they're doing in this restaurant is kamayan, which basically means we eat with our hands, which is why it's put out on a banana leaf plate. So what I ordered was daing na bangus. Bangus is a very popular fish here. It's milk fish, and daing, it's basically marinated in vinegar, salt, pepper, garlic, and then it's fried afterwards. And then it comes with basically rice. We have salted egg here. We have half a tomato. We have pako salad. Pako is fern salad. So we're just gonna eat all of this together. I don't think I've actually ever eaten salt and egg na kamayan lang. Okay, so what we want to do is get some of the rice. Oh, they have some sauce on this. The thing with the daing na bangus, since it was marinated in like vinegar and other spices, it has like a slightly sour aftertaste. Nice thing about eating all of this together, salty, refreshing, acidic. We put it together and it's like a really good like side for when you have a lot of fried stuff. This kind of just like freshens it up or like cuts through it a bit. This is lechon kawale. Pretty sure it's pork belly. It's deep fried once only. Your banana leaf is so clean. She ate her plate. She ate her banana leaf, guys.
Oh, that was pretty good lechon, man. Every piece of food just meshed together really well. I was just in it, man. I was locked in.
For dessert, we got banana turon. If you're thinking turon looks like lumpia, you'd be right, because it's basically lumpia but sweet. You can find these very commonly on the street, coated in caramelized sugar, usually with sweet banana inside and occasionally using the langka fruit. I wanted to try Gubat's take on it though.
I actually don't know how they expect us to eat it with like a tiny spoon. I feel like it might be an ice cream and then hold the turon move. So we finished lunch. It was kind of a late lunch, a bit of a long wait, but everyone thoroughly enjoyed their meals. Now, I am going to go back home for a bit, and we're going to meet back for dinner with another group of people. Let's go 100 hours!
I was recommended another nearby restaurant that had a huge selection of classic Filipino dishes. One dish of theirs in particular that I wanted to try was their kare-kare.
There's kare-kare laman, crispy bagnet kare-kare, and there's vegetables kare-kare. And all of these vary in the content of the actual dish.
The names of our dishes are the methods of preparation.
True.
Adobong X
Yeah.
can be any meat.
Lechon kawali.
Yeah, nilagang X can be any meat.
Kinilaw.
Yeah.
But that's kare-kare.
Curry.
Yeah, the language of origin is like Indian or something, and it has the same root word as karinderya. The Philippines has a long history of trade with India and stuff. It wasn't like the dish itself, but it was sort of like the word for food or eating or stew.
We're gonna start with the kare-kare. I gotta appreciate the vegetable spread on this kare-kare. We have string beans, eggplants, and pechay. And then we have the laman, or the actual meat of it. So this is beef. The sauce of kare-kare is mostly peanut-based. So it's a pretty peanutty flavor. What we like to do is add shrimp paste. We call this bagoong. You just like take a little bit and you can either mix it in or you can just like add it to your scoop of rice. But it gives like a quick flash of saltiness, brings you back from the sweetness of the peanut sauce. I do think there are some restaurants that do it a little bit sweeter. I think it's good as like a baseline kare-kare. It's not the richest that I've had. The next thing is dinuguan. I feel like if you're not Filipino and you look at this bowl, you're gonna be a bit worried. And honestly, I would be too. Dinuguan, its root word is dugo, which means blood, and it's basically pork cooked in pig's blood. It's a little bit spicy, but dinuguan, I feel like the flavor that's gonna stand out here is the sourness of it. Filipinos have a lot of vegetables accessible to us. This one is called gising. This is spicy, and it's small chopped up vegetables. Usually they use sigarilyas or like smaller types of beans, and then it's cooked with a little bit of gata. Oh, it's good. It's good. It's not super creamy, but it's spicy. The flavor of the coconut milk gata is like there. Laing here, instead of like being small chopped up vegetables, these are usually taro leaves. So you get like a softer consistency instead of a crunchy consistency. And it's also done to be a little bit spicy. This is crispy hito with puro. Hito is catfish. So we have fermented rice with small shrimp or small fish. This is the first time I'm tasting this, by the way, or like the first time I've heard of it, actually. This is sukat toyo with onions and a little bit of spice. It's hard to describe.
The flavor of fermented food is often very complex.
Because it's fermented, it does have like a lot of flavors that come with it. Like it's a little sweet, it's a little salty, it's a little sour. And it kind of just like sits in your mouth. It was really interesting. Like, this is a new experience even for me. Which was your favorite dish?
It's a tie between the kare-kare and the hito.
How about you?
Hito.
Hito. How about you?
The kare-kare and the hito, actually.
Ooh, we have winners. How about you?
The hito and the gising.
The kare-kare, even though I wasn't like super struck by it at the start, I just kept coming back for it. So I think there's something in there. But everything here was actually really good. I didn't expect it. Going to Papa Diddy's ice cream, Malagos Choco Caramelo, Mango Cheesecake, Tablea de Cagayan, Tres Leches Davao meets Bicol. And the ice cream here is made with Carabao's milk.
It tastes like a latte.
Here, so I got Davao meets Bicol, which is like spicy, kind of tablea chocolate flavor. That's also what Ate got. What did you get?
I got salted yema. It's a traditional Filipino sweet. I think it would be similar to caramel, but
Okay.
a little more chewy.
How about you, Breach? What'd you get?
I got strawberry and cream. It tastes like actually strawberry and cream.
Nice. This shop, I think, is a gem. The flavors are really nice, and the ice cream is quite good. Cheers. Good morning. It is day 3, and I'm here with Nina. And today is noodle day. Filipinos have a lot of noodle variants. I ordered this ridiculous thing I found on the internet, but it has 8 types of noodles, okay, which is like a lot.
It's actually ridiculous.
It's right? It's crazy. Like, why does this thing exist? This first one is pancit palabok. So this orangey sauce right here, it's shrimp based. They grind up the shrimp shells and shrimp heads, and then all of the juices that come out of that, they collect it, and then that's what they turn into the paste and then the base of the sauce. So you're usually gonna find toppings like shrimp, egg, sometimes vegetables, but also like garlic and spring onions and stuff.
Though it's shrimp based, it's not super strong. It's more creamy. I think for some variants, they put smoked fish in it. Amber's, like where we bought it from, is very known for their palabok. So
Nina and I slowly but surely rotated our way through the clock of different Filipino noodles. There was pancit bihon, rice noodles stir-fried in vegetables, meat, and soy sauce. Miki bihon, which mixed bihon with thicker egg noodles called miki for extra texture and eggy flavor. Pancit puti, which we both didn't realize was a thing until now. Pancit puti?
literally translate to white noodle.
Yeah,
So-
white noodles. Just stir fry with like a lot of garlic. These noodles are definitely white. Wait, that is so flavorful.
Yeah.
Is it just like all the garlic?
Then Amber's version of Filipino spaghetti.
So you might be wondering why this looks like this. They try to do a lot with the presentation, I'll give them that. Now the trademark of Filipino spaghetti is that it's sweeter. This isn't just true for Jollibee, by the way. Like, I know Jollibee is the popular one where it's like, oh, you have to try Jollibee spaghetti, it's sweet. But no, other spaghetti mixes by Filipino brands, they really put a sweet variant because it's like kind of unique to how we like to have things. But I don't know how you manage to twirl like the hot dog on your fork. It's definitely sweet Filipino spaghetti, more than halfway there.
Amazing.
So I'm gonna quickly look up what is labeled in the menu. What do you mean spicy Oriental noodles? Okay.
As a Filipino, that's the first I've heard of this.
True. I guess this is just one of Amber's special concoctions. I'm gonna be real. It tastes like pancit but spicy.
Exactly.
It's a variant of one of our typical noodles, which is going to be best for last. But they just made it spicy and they added broccoli and cauliflower. To be honest, I have no idea why. Okay. This is what they labeled as sotanghon. Sotanghon is our variant of glass noodles. I'm a fan of the mushroom toppings just because texturally, like, I find them interesting.
I love these.
These are really good.
The soda one I've had is a lot more garlicky, I think. You would still add these mushroom things, but it would be like chicken, garlic, and then this one.
Can't believe we made it to the end. Pancit Canton sounded like Canton from the word Cantonese. For good reason, because it has a bunch of Chinese influence behind it. These are also the type of egg noodles. They're just thinner. This thinner one is Pancit Canton, what we usually use for Pancit Canton. And then this thicker one is Mickey. Also egg noodles, just done a whole lot thicker. I think at this thickness, they get the flavor a lot more easily than the thick ones.
Yeah.
The egginess of the noodle definitely comes out in the taste of it, right? Because it's not like how these just kind of absorb flavor by themselves. It's like the noodles here, they have their own flavor. So I feel like that's the main appeal of them.
Yeah.
Pancit is just our general term for Filipino noodles because on menu items, you would see like pancit bihon, pancit canton, pancit malabon. I think my favorites, or my top three, I really like the sotanghon, actually. I definitely think the palabok is a winner. Honestly, I'm kind of tempted to say the spaghetti also. And it's like, what? A Filipino spaghetti being like among the top noodles? But yeah, it's a thing.
yeah.
I mean, cuisine is global, guys.
The pancit platter size was very intimidating, so we called in Jose for reinforcements. But I couldn't let them go without bringing in another dessert.
We've gotten another Filipino sweet.
No, I'm kidding.
Pichi pichi. You can only see the toppings right now, and the toppings are all grated coconut. The other topping is cheese. It's very glutinous, very gelatinous. Pichi pichi is made of cassava. It's a very starchy ingredient. It's just squishy and they top it with nice toppings. So this is the fresh grated coconut. Cassava flavor is very mild. It's not super strong in its sweetness. It's not like leche flan where, you know, those who are sensitive to sweetness, you might not be a fan of this. This is just really nice. Happy lunch, and I'll see you for the rest of the day in a little bit. All right, it is evening. It's actually kind of late. I packed up a lot of the noodles for Jose and Nina to take home, kept a little for myself, packed that up, cleaned up my place a bit. And I'm gonna be completely honest with you guys. I am so full. Like, I'm so unhungry. I just went for a jog and I'm still totally unhungry. One thing we can do in this scenario is eat a lot of fiber. So thankfully I have a couple of fruits in my refrigerator that is pretty common here in the Philippines. So let's go have a little bit of that. So very popular ones here are our own Philippine mangoes. We have a lot of papaya, pineapple, suha or pomelo, lots and lots of fruits. Now here currently I have with me these two mini mandarin oranges. They're also called clementines, I think. I had to look this up on the internet because here we just call them kiat kiat. This is gonna be a bit weird. You're gonna be like, that's a mango, but it's not a Philippine yellow mango. No, this is an Indian mango. We have Indian mango trees everywhere. And this is actually the time of season when they're just falling. They're just falling and you can collect them. Usually you can pick these off the street, clean them up a bit. You can either have them green. When we eat them green and they're still sour, we like to pair it with bagoong, shrimp paste, the stuff that you saw yesterday when we were eating kare-kare. Or you can wait a little bit, they get a little bit sweeter, they get a little bit less green, and then you can just eat it as is. No bagoong needed. Let's do a little bit of this. I'm going solo tonight. I could use a quiet night. I'm finding out a lot more about Filipino food than thought I would. It's one of those you don't know what you don't know type situations. Like how yesterday, I didn't even know what burro was. So here are like 3 segments of the little clementine sugar orange or mini mandarin orange. So tiny. I can eat it just like that. These Indian mangoes, I could go in with a spoon like I normally would with a mango. I'm already using my hands. I can't be bothered to grab up a spoon. Compared to Philippine mangoes, I do think that Philippine mangoes are still quite sweeter. Indian mangoes, they're a bit firmer. Tomorrow's going to be our last full day of Filipino food, so I'll see you for that. Good morning and welcome to day 4 of our Filipino food crawl. For breakfast, we are going out to meet Dana again, and then we'll see where we go from there. So we are here at Ferino's Bibingka. It says in the name, this place is famous for bibingka, so that's what we're having for breakfast. Are you a fan of bibingka?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I usually get it like at the church. This is my first time trying it.
Yeah. So bibingka is like super popular around Christmas. That's when you see stalls like selling bibingka all the time, usually paired with coffee or hot chocolate. But these days you can just have it anytime because it's just nice. It's just good stuff. So we have our bibingka. It looks like a pancake. And it's made out of rice. So in the Philippines, we have like a lot of rice cake desserts and breakfast. Traditionally, it's cooked over a clay stove. And then it's cooked on top of a banana leaf, so you can like see the banana leaf under it. And the flavor of it is typically like a little bit sweet. They added a little sugar on top, but then they also add like other toppings like there's salted eggs, sometimes there's cheese like cheddar cheese or quesong puti, which is white cheese made from Carabao's milk. Sometimes there's shredded coconut, which you can see on top of here. And then it's popularly paired with hot chocolate. This is tablea hot chocolate, which is melted down from like locally sourced Philippine chocolate tablets. Sometimes it's sweetened, sometimes it isn't. This one, they told me it already has sweetener, so we're gonna try that out. And Dana got herself a coffee. Oh, it's so fluffy.
It looks so soft.
It is actually really soft. So I got a piece with salted egg. Very nice sweet salty combo. Did yours have salty egg? Salted egg, yeah. Like it's quite fluffy, but you look at it, there's still like a lot of substance in it. I really appreciate that. Okay. Yeah, I definitely taste the sweetener. I usually do mine like pretty much unsweetened, but this is still good tablea chocolate. If you're looking for like fluffy Filipino pancake, I would definitely recommend looking for bibingka. They have like smaller personal sizes. This one is like pretty big, but also so worth it. Gone. Devoured. Destroyed.
I was just telling Sevy that I hadn't eaten bibingka in a really long time. Like I think the last time where I had like a proper taste of it was when I was a kid, and I was Yeah, and I was still like, oh, I don't like salted egg. So like trying it now, I was so pleasantly surprised. Like it's so fluffy and there's no aftertaste.
Yeah.
Right? And then the salted egg paired so well with it.
Yeah.
And like it was just really good. It's perfect.
We are going to go walk around for a little bit, meet up with another friend, and then see what we're having for lunch. All right, we are currently in Quezon Memorial Circle, sometimes also just known as QC Circle, Quezon City Circle. Let's see what we find, I guess.
Just as the sunrise starts to show, warming up the motorway. You know you felt this way before, but can't recall the time and day. Don't know if life is
For lunch today, I found this restaurant in Quezon City Circle called Coco Bistro, and it focuses on dishes that have a lot of coconut incorporated into it. And coconut is one of the very common ingredients in Filipino dishes, as you might have noticed over the stuff we've been eating, ranging from coconut shavings, coconut milk, coconut juice, and all that. So Coco Bistro tends to do a bunch of that, and we're gonna try what they have here. Let's go.
I let it go for all time's sake. I let you stay in my mind. When every minute.
So the food has arrived. First of all, we have our buko in the shell. So buko juice, like fresh coconut juice from inside the shells. Okay. So interesting thing about fresh coconut juice, without any sweetener in it, just like the natural form of it, it's a little bit salty. So when you marinate stuff in it, it gets like a very interesting like layer of flavor. We have our gata adobo. If you've heard of Filipino adobo, the typical kind, it doesn't use coconut milk, but this one they incorporated coconut milk into it. Let's see if we can taste the coconut. We'll try this by itself first. I'm gonna get a healthy amount of the sauce. Oh my god.
That's good.
It's so good.
Oh wait, I'm curious.
Go ahead.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
It's literally gata with adobo, but
Yeah.
it melts so well together.
I don't know if I can go back, actually. Like, it's so rich. It's really, really rich. This is really good. You know what? I'm gonna learn to make this at home. Anton over here has chicken coco inasal. They said that they marinated the chicken in coconut before barbecuing it. Can I try this?
Yeah, go ahead.
The barbecuing of it stands out. Coconut flavor is not as strong though. So this is coco achara. Achara is basically like pickled vegetables. So it's like a little bit sweet, a little bit acidic. Oh, it's good. And then laing with liempo on top. It's taro leaves cooked in coconut milk. How are you liking your laing?
Super good. So this one, like you can really taste the taro from the leaves.
Because I'm not really a big fan of like normal adobo.
Really?
I eat this white adobo that my
Adobong puti.
adobong puti. Pampanga kasi yung
Okay.
my grandma. So I was never a fan of like the normal. I loved it.
Yeah,
That's good.
that's really good. Are you guys a fan of coconut?
Yes.
Yes.
Not super, but I do love gata.
I heard that in Western cuisine, sometimes they use like coconut milk for desserts more, or like coffee even, to put in coffee. But it adds something to savory dishes. It really does, and I
That
love
adobo,
it.
man.
That adobo
That's
is good. Yeah.
And try any ginataang anything.
Yes.
Like, I love ginataang like kalabasa.
Yeah, me too.
Or ginatang vegetables in general.
Ginataang vegetables. Vegetables and coconut milk, really, really good. We're going to see what we do for dinner later. It might be a solo situation, but that were our day meals for the day. So, thank you, Dana and Anton, for joining. Bye. I need post-workout food, and it might also be dinner, to be honest. I'm craving lumpia, but not lumpiang Shanghai, not lumpiang gulay, lumpiang toge. I'm looking for lumpiang sariwa, so let's go find some.
I found a Chinese Filipino restaurant that had lumpiang sariwa, which translates to fresh lumpia. We've been having deep fried versions of lumpia so far, but fresh lumpia is called that because it uses an unfried crepe for its wrapping and is usually filled with a combination of vegetables and fresh ingredients.
I've never had fresh lumpia from Lingnam before. This is what theirs looks like. It's very wide. This is like almost a burrito, actually.
The sauce is like a dark soy kind of sauce that's like both salty and a little bit sweet. And then they usually top lumpiang sariwa with like some crushed peanuts. So you get that combination of like savory, sweet, peanutty. And I personally really like the combination. There's also usually like fresh garlic, either in the sauce or on top or inside the lumpia. And oh, that is just so good.
This is a bit sweet. There's like some sugar in here, actually. Definitely a bunch of cabbage, beans, and carrots in here. Lots of fun texture too.
A couple days ago, I wanted to go find a taho vendor who could give fresh hot taho. Unfortunately, in general, those vendors are like making their rounds at like 7 a.m., 8 a.m., and I was a little too late for that. Thankfully, there are some places that sell chilled taho. This is from a distributor called Soy and Bean. The three main components of taho are the soybean curd. It's made of the same stuff as tofu, like silken tofu. So this is soybean curd. And then there's like a sugar or brown sugar or molasses syrup that goes on top of it. And then there's tapioca. Here we call it sago. Sell it separately so you can mix it how you want, essentially. I've never really had it like this, to be honest. I usually just have taho like the good old style, like how the taho vendors mix it. But I wanted to give this a try. Some tapioca, some sago. This was a lot. This was a much larger container of taho than I'll ever be used to. Usually they come in cups this big and they're like 20 pesos. Very refreshing. I'm gonna be wrapping up this challenge soon. We're almost hitting 100 hours and honestly, it's been fun. So, can't wait to see you tomorrow.
My last destination for this food marathon was Okada, Manila, where I was mainly at for an event. I was hunting for a soup broth dish since I hadn't featured one in this video yet. Thankfully, I found some bulalo, a comforting beef broth that also has tons of veggies like cabbage, pechay, sweet corn, and is seasoned Filipino style with onion, garlic, and fish sauce.
But one of the nice things you'll find in a good bowl of bulalo soup is actually a chunk of bone marrow. This is really, really rich. This gives a whole lot of flavor. The substance inside it, you can also eat it if you want to. So I'm going to show you how I personally eat that bone marrow, how my mom taught me to, and we're gonna dig into this. What do they put in this? It's so rich. There's like a sweet note to it that I'm not really used to, but I really like how it layers with the rest of the savory flavors. I don't know, I think it might actually be the fact that they put, I'm pretty sure this is green papaya, the fact that they put green papaya, because this also adds some sweetness. I'll show you guys the bit with the bone marrow. I might need a knife for this actually. You have to scoop out the substance inside the bone marrow. This one I have to like coax it out. So this is the bone marrow, right? What I like to do is I mix it into the rice. We're going to throw in a little bit of fish sauce. It's really hard to see right now because it's a dark liquid in a dark cup. But we're gonna throw in a bit of that. Throw in a bit of calamansi as well. And now I'm gonna get like a piece of meat to go with it. Let's put together a nice bite here. Oh, that bone marrow was so good. So good. Oh my god, I miss doing that. And that's bulalo, guys. Like, you can find some really good ones in Tagaytay. That's where some of my favorite ones are. But that's pretty much it.
Bulalo with the bone marrow rice was really a perfect way to end this food trip. Even though I've been surrounded by Filipino dishes all my life, my 100-hour journey helped me appreciate the flavors, ingredients, and cooking methods so much more. I'd honestly love to take up this challenge in more areas of the Philippines in the future, so let me know in the comments where I should go next. But for now, thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to see you soon. Take care!